Welcome to my Java tutorials. In this video, I want to explain thread and runnable. We start in Visual Studio Code with a simple Java project. We have a main class, we have the class Java loop, we have a constructor, we have a private int loop number, and then we have loop int stream. So we do stream range from 0 to 6. 6 is not included. For each from these numbers, we do index. We print out loop number, this one, running index, this one. And we sleep for half a second. We make objects from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we run the code. And if the code is finished, we print Java loop continues with the rest of the code. We run it, and we see indeed it's running. You see first loop 1, loop 2, loop 3, 4, and 5. If loop 5 is finished, we have the text, Java loop continues with the rest of the code. But what if we want the loops to run at the same time? That's why we have threads. If we want to run threads, threads are pieces of code who run at the same time. And we want to create that, we have two options. We can create a class. In this one, we have Runnable 1, who implements Runnable. Second option is we create a class who extends thread. We go back to Runnable. If we do it like this, implements Runnable, we have to override the run method. Inside the run method, we create a piece of code. As you can see, it's the same code like in the Java loop. You see here we use streams and lambda. This one is the same as that code with a for loop. It does exactly the same. Also in thread, we have also the run method, override it with stream and a lambda expression. Also here they commented in a for loop. But here we have thread number and a constructor who reads the thread number and print it out later. But with the first example of thread. Here we use the Runnable interface, this one. We create an object of Runnable by thread, new Runnable. And then we create 4 threads with the Runnable. If the 4 threads are created, we start them one by one with start. And at the end, Java threads continue with the rest of the code. We run it and see what happened. Move it up. We can look. As you can see, the program starts, but immediately the program is at the end. And then we have all the threads. As you can see, the following. We start with 2, then 0, then 1, then 3, but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we want that this line is waiting until all the threads are finished, we have to run this code. We comment out. What we do here is waiting for every thread to stop with the join method. We have to put it in the try-catch block. Now we can run again. We move it up. As you can see, the threads are starting. We're running all the threads, and at the end, Java threads continue with the rest of the code. In the next example, we immediately implement Runnable in our program. We create a multi-threading thread and thread with my thread inside. Thread 1, 2, 3, 4. We start all the threads, wait until all the threads are finished, and then we do Java threads are done. From the Runnable implementation, we need to override the run method. As you can see, this code is the same like in the previous videos. We move it up, start it, see the thread is starting, all the threads are running, and if all the threads are finished, Java threads done. Next example, we use the extend thread. Here we have class thread1 extends thread. You see the code before. Go to the main class and we have to create thread by thread1, new thread, thread number 1, thread number 2, 3 and 4. Then we can start thread 1 by 1. Thread 1 start, thread 2 start, thread 3 start and thread 4 start. We run it and see we have the same result as the other code. I look to this one, why we use this or the Runnable. Well, in this one we extend thread, but we can only extend one class. So if we need another extend, we cannot do that. If we use the Runnable, we can extend other classes and even extend or implement other interfaces. So the implements Runnable is more flexible. Next example, we extend thread directly in the main class. Extend thread, override the run method, always the same. For index 0 to 5, print out thread, thread ID, we have it here, running index. So the index is from 0 to 5 and sleep 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. We create an object 1, 2, 3, 4 and start every thread one by one. We run it and we see everything is running. Here you see the thread by name. Thread 22, 24, 21, 23. Running one by one. For the last example, we created a new class extends thread. Here we have thread number and sleep. The constructor reads them in and we have the run override. But here you can see we don't sleep for 1000 milliseconds, but we sleep the long time we tell it to do. Go to the main class, we create one thread with number 1 and sleep for 200. Number 2, sleep for 400. 3, 600. 4 sleeps 800 and 5 sleeps 1000 or 1 second. We start every thread one by one and we wait until all the threads are finished with the join, and then we print Java threads continue with the rest of the code. I go back to here. I tell you also at the end, we tell thread number is done. We go to the main class and run it. As you can see, we start. Here thread 1 is already done. Here thread 2 is done. 3, 4, and at the end 5 is done. And if everything is done, the main class is also stop running. Finish to run. We reached the end of this new video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. All the code in this video you can find on my GitHub. And see you later. Thank you.